What's going on there, guys? Welcome to another edition of the VivKB podcast, once again produced by Thorpe Films. Cam, thank you again.
Of course, man, anytime, let's do it.
Now, we have a very, very special guest today. I cannot believe she's done this 40 days out from the Ms Olympia contest. We have last year's runner-up and my pick to take it out this year, Ms Lauralie Chapados. Lauralie, thank you so much for joining us. You're 40 days out, if we're correct, from the Ms Olympia contest, so how are you feeling at the moment?
At the right exact moment, it's 7 p.m. here. I just finished my day. It's Friday. I'm tired. I'm tired, but I feel very good. Like energy-wise, this week I've been absolutely amazing. I crushed my workout. I've lost a pound every single day. I mean, my body is finally responding, and it's an overdrive mode. I'm super happy, very positive, and it's gonna come so fast. I usually do some schedule right before the week goes by, and scheduling my makeup and everything, and I'm like, oh damn, we're 6 weeks out now. It's crazy. It's going by so fast. I can't believe it's gonna be a year. I've been there for the first time, and now it's going to be my second year,
That's pretty crazy. And how about that for your first time, coming second at that contest? Well, look, I mean, this is stuff we're all going to get into definitely later with this. And I want to make a very, very special note, guys, that yes, it is 7 p.m. and Lauralie is doing this for us. We're so lucky and grateful for her doing this. So we do appreciate that. But you know what? Everyone sees Lauralie the competitor. Let's talk about you growing up. Where did you grow up?
So I grew up in a small town close to Montreal, in Quebec, Canada. So I speak French.
Was French your first language?
Yep.
Awesome. Did did you go to school there as well? Was that your whole youth pretty much?
Yeah, born and raised. My parents are still there. My whole family is there. We actually live closer to the city because my mom worked in the city for her entire life, and we live in a little suburb, very, very normal, typical little family of 5, and yeah.
No, beautiful.
I had a good life. I'm blessed to have a very awesome parents and awesome siblings. I have 2 twin brothers that are 21, and they're gonna be at the Olympia this year, and yeah.
That's exciting. Well, I mean, look, I guess when we're all young, competing is never our first chosen sport. It's something we sort of learn over the years. But did you play any other sports when you were growing up?
I actually did. I played soccer for my whole entire life, from 3 years old to until I started actually being in the gym. That was the reason why I got into the gym. That my team split up, and I wanted to remain active, so I got a membership to the gym and started training. And I had the same kind of drive that I had in soccer. I kind of bring it in the gym, and it was more about self-discipline. But I played soccer. I'm a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and skiing in the winter.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, obviously you've done very, very well for yourself, but when you were playing soccer, did you ever think that maybe that could have been a career path that you wanted to go down? Or what did you want to be when you were growing up?
No, I never. Honestly, I was not a competitive person at all. I always been very hard on myself, on my own, but never competitive enough to be okay, this is what I want to be in the team and compete. I've tried competitive soccer for 4 years. I played competitive soccer, but then when it was time to go on the winter time and play again, I was oh, okay, let me do something else. What I never really knew what I wanted to be growing up, but I have a major in business marketing.
Awesome.
And I started my logistic engineering, I did one semester and I dropped out to follow my dream, which is being Miss Bikini Olympia. So, um, yeah, that's it.
I'll tell you
And
what,
I
if there
think,
was ever a dream to pursue, this is definitely the dream to pursue. No, but that's really cool. So, what other like during that time? Obviously, now that you're a pro, your whole lifestyle is catered towards this goal of literally becoming the best in the world at what you're trying to do. But what like other jobs did you have when you were growing up?
I had plenty. So I started working very young because um, I was so independent. Like, I remember, when you have like your first pictures in middle school. I think my second picture, my mom was always like, "Let me do your hair." I was like, "No, mom, I'm gonna do my hair. I'm gonna wear what I want." And oh my god, if I show you this picture, it's terrible. I have like full of all my bracelet, my mom's bracelet. I have like hair like this. It's terrible, terrible.
Can we get a copy of
But
that photo?
oh my god, my mom has it for sure. I'm gonna send it to you.
Get mum to
You'll see.
DM me. Give mum my deets. She's gonna DM me this photo.
Yeah, if only. Oh my god, she just started to learn how Instagram works. She texts me every day, like, um, and when I don't post, she's like, "You didn't post on Instagram today." I'm like, "Okay, mom. Sometimes like life happens. Like I'm not always on Instagram, but that's a way of like her seeing me, which like I appreciate now because she's very supportive. Um, but yeah, um, what were we saying again?
Talking about
Yeah,
work. We're
school
talking about.
and working. Yeah, so I started working. I worked in a kitchen for years, and then I had a second job at the same time. I was working in an aesthetic spa, and I always feel like when I go back, I'm like, I always had these two, like very like tomboyish, but then like very very girly. I don't know. And after that, I worked in office, different office jobs like administration. I worked as a waitress for 3 years in a Thai restaurant and a brunch restaurant, and that was my last job. Uh,
That's
job.
amazing. So during
Yeah,
this
and
time,
I'm still. It's funny because they send me like videos because they're still like I'm still on the payroll. Like if one day I want to go back to the restaurant, like I'm still on the payroll. Like they still have me. I couldn't say like goodbye. I don't know why, but yeah,
were all these jobs back in Canada or were these jobs here in the States?
it was all in Canada. So it's been in the States only for well started from March, like the Arnold. In between Ohio and Australia, I stayed in LA because it's so easy to travel
Yeah.
from here. And well, I loved it. So I came back here and I figure doing my prep here for the Olympia at the Gold Gym. Now I have a trainer there. Charles Staff is there, and every Olympian is there, and the vibe is just absolutely amazing. So very encouraging and very motivating.
How did you
And
first?
it's a small family. It's good.
That's beautiful. Well, how did you first fall in love with competing?
Um, well, when I first like I was like I'm gonna do this. The first time I think you know what like even before I step on stage, it was just that morning when you wake up and you're like, okay, this is it. Like this is what I work my butt off every single day. This is like right before you literally like you wake up and I still have the same feeling every single morning I wake up. I touch my abs. I'm like, we're good. Look at the mirror. First thing, you're like, okay, this is it. This is the physique that I'm gonna bring on stage today. This is the best that I could have done. And yeah, I still I still fall in love with that moment and every single competition. Yeah.
Let's talk about turning pro. How old were you when you turned pro?
So I started competing. I was 17 years old. I turned pro the second year. I was 19 when I turned pro.
That's pretty
19
amazing.
or 18 and a half. No, yeah. Something like that, around 18 or 19.
What was that
Yeah.
feeling like?
Turning pro,
Mm.
um, you don't realize it yet because in Canada it's so hard to get your pro card. You have to win the overall at national show, and we only had two national shows. And I drove 13 hours by
Wow.
myself. I was like taking the wheel, pieced up every single minute. It took me forever to get there. It was in New Brunswick, but I knew I was going for my pro card because the year before I finished first, and I didn't have it, and I had the best off season of my entire life. Like yet again, this is the best off season I've ever had. Like I've never worked so hard. I eat like a bodybuilder every single day. Like my meal on point. Um, yeah. So I was just going for it, and when they announced my name for the pro card, was just like was insane feeling.
So you were 18, 19 when that happened. Now we've just gone a couple years down the track. You're on the Miss Olympia stage. What was that like knowing that you were finally going to compete at the Olympia?
Um, it went by so like fast. So I did Toronto Pro. I won that show. That show still have a very special place in my heart. For many reasons. But yeah, I went to Toronto Pro show. Then a month after that, 6 weeks after that, I was in Chicago Pro. I won the Chicago Pro. Still surreal. Then 6 weeks after that, I won Tampa Pro, which is like top tier shows. I had 40 points, and I remember even um, some people were like, "There's no way you're gonna be in the top," because there was Isa Piccini at the top, Marcia Goncalves, and myself. We were like all 40 points, but everyone was like, "There's no way you're gonna make it like to 40 points." And some people just want to talk and tell you you're not gonna succeed. But I was like, "Damn, that I'm going to the Olympia. And I'm not going with like 2 points. Going with like 40 points." So going to the Olympia was just like, let's do this, but I don't know what I'm doing, kind of thing. Um,
Well, I mean,
so
if you were to look at what, the actual results of the Olympia were, you definitely knew what you were doing. How did it feel, obviously, being in that first call out at your very first Olympia?
my gosh, unexpected. You know what? I have to. You have to bet on yourself a lot on this sport, like because it's competitive. Like if you there's people who believe in you, but there's a lot of people that doesn't believe that you're gonna be the best, and you have to bet on yourself that you're gonna be the best, and you're at your best, and this is the best that you present that day, and you pose at your best, and the makeup is the best. Everything has to be
On point.
on point, and that's what I bring to the Olympia stage that day, and I'm still very proud of myself. Now I'm like, I now I realize how big of a deal is leading to my second Olympia, which I'm like, it doesn't get easier.
Well, I mean, it's literally the biggest show in the world. And for the chosen sport that you've decided to go down, this is how you determine, like, being the best. Now, at your first Olympia, having the showing that you did, that was incredible, right? Do you look at yourself now and looking obviously at your competitors and guys that are going up against you and thinking to yourself, yeah, I can definitely be the best in the world?
Oh, I don't do that. I mean, I think like when they gave me the feedback, because I competed after the Olympia, and I tried different things with my physique, and um, they really told me like bring the Olympia package back. So I know what they want from me. So to this point, I'm 100% focused on bringing my best self. Like it's not even like comparing, because I know competition is getting harder and harder. Bikini division is just growing like crazy and evolving, and there's amazing physique. I'm talking about Itila, Santiago, amazing physique. Isa Vicini always, Um, Jana is on the run. Angelica. I'm thinking, like new names. Maureen Bankiso from Norway. Uh, there's a ton of amazing physique, and well, as long as I push my body to the maximum of what it can be and what they want from me, well, it's the maximum that I can bring.
You can only do your best, right?
Right. Only can do your best from what you have and what you can give. And I decide to give my 100% every single day. So if that is what, you know, rewards me of being Miss Olympia, then
See, right here, this is my fingers crossed for you that that's going to happen. But look, we got a whole heap of questions that we put out on Instagram that people want to ask you. And one that was very, very common was getting sponsored and now being able to travel all around the world representing your sponsors. What's that like as a feeling?
um, I mean, very. So I come in from a very conservative family. So you have to go to school, you have to go to university, and um, yeah, my brother are in finance, and my mother has a finance background too, and they all gonna have MBAs, and they're gonna have kids that's 30. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah,
very typical, and I've always been like kind of the black sheep. Um, so I made choices in my life, of sometimes being not in the secure path where I had to check every single like 2 weeks. Um, and I decided to drop my job just because I bet on myself again
totally.
that I could make it. And I don't get Gucci bag every day. I don't, I don't live in luxury at all. But I live in the luxury of being happy and doing what I love every day and feeling accomplished every day. This is what makes me happy. And yeah, of course, I have sponsors that help me with my food because I have to eat, and like I have to, I'm able to travel with that, which is absolutely amazing. So having sponsors is just they're gonna find you.
Yeah,
Um, Gap found me after after the Olympiad. Like I had offers, but they really they found me and they gave me a place in their family, and they're absolutely amazing.
who
I
from GAT
have them
contacted you?
I think did they contact me on Instagram first? No, I think they did it like very professional, like email first. Yeah, and it was I talked with Matt. It was all with Matt first. So then jump in a
Special
call
shout
and
out to Matt Marconi. What a legend.
yes, and still the best. Like he's so amazing. We talk every week, um, leading to the Olympia. Like he always makes sure that I'm okay, and we have a very strong team. Me, Janet, and Angelica, and I'm still, I was still unknown. Like that's where the dark horse name came from. It comes from being at the Olympia, and everyone was making fun of me, like you're the underdog. Hey, underdog. Like everyone was just, and I was still the underdog, but Matt believed in me and believed and saw something in me um, that many didn't. So I'm very thankful for that. And like 360, almost like, it's going to be 365 days soon from this happening. And my life has changed completely. I can't believe, but I'm blessed, like every day I feel absolutely grateful.
Well, you did say, coming from sort of like a conservative kind of background, what's it like now going to all these trade shows and expos and seeing a line of, people that are there to see you now and want to ask you questions?
Um, I still don't think I have anything special. So every time I'm just like, I'm really trying to, like, I'm so appreciative for the people that just love me for what I do. Like, is that crazy to like have people that just are like, hey girl, like I love what you do. Makeup, no makeup, like whatever you do, like we love what you do and we support you. That's amazing because every day I had to struggle. Like I remember like hiding myself with my Tupperware at work to eat my chicken at 10 because I would be judged, or even with my family, like at Christmas time, oh just eat that, it won't hurt you, or stop being crazy, like you're only 17 years old, you should go out and club, like and party. And I all of these years that I said no, or I that I wake up and do cardio, and because people don't see things right away. Like I built my physique, but I started, being skinny fat. So having people that just, you know, exactly that support me and show me so much love for just being me and me being happy. It's crazy. It's a crazy feeling.
Well, it was something that happened on our end when we announced that we were going to do this podcast. The amount of messages, especially from my female clients that I got, and the specific words were, "I effing love her. She's everything I want to be in life." And that doesn't just come from you as a competitor. That comes from you as a person. And I think that's got to be a very, rewarding thing to know that you just being you is changing people's lives the same way I'm sure you had people who did believe in you help you change your life.
Right. Yes, you're right. Yeah. Like it's even I did a story about 2 days ago, and it was barefaced, like me, 7 a.m. in the morning, just like going for groceries, and I had so many DMs like, "Girl, like you look awesome with no makeup on, like you should do that more often." I was like, I've grown so much because before my Instagram, I would do stories because I speak French, so I have an accent. So I would record stories with like 30 stories, like and delete, 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 and always end up not posting because I felt like my makeup wasn't right, or my accent wasn't right. And like one day I was like, you know what? Like F it.
Fuck it.
I'm just gonna put it out there, and you know, it's it's me, and this is what I do, and I can't fake it. You're always gonna have um, black and white with me. There's no gray zone. I don't play games because I don't even speak English that well. So this is like this is what you get. And I'm happy with the raw that I give, the genuine that I give, because there's gonna be amazing days, but there's gonna be rough days, and I want to showcase that. I want to showcase the fact that I love food. I want to showcase the fact that I struggle sometimes, that I'm still a girl, like
You're
all
real.
these stuff that makes me me. Yeah. And then if I have 60%, like if I have 60,000 followers that love what I do and encourage me, then I'm so happy. I'm so blessed, and um,
You know what? That's real.
yeah,
That's real. And I think that's what the people appreciate about you. The other thing that I got questions about is what is the secret to a good coffee?
Oh, you're going down the path now. Of coffee. Hold on one sec. First of all, best coffee I've ever had was in Australia.
Yeah?
I drank so much coffee there. Insane. But apparently in New Zealand is very good for coffee too. I'm on a coffee hunt. Oh, you know what I realized talking with someone this week?
We good.
I realized that my coffee taste, because I love black coffee. I love the taste of coffee. That's why I drink so much coffee, right? And I used to have, do you know yogurt? What it is?
Yeah.
Yogurt? Coffee yogurt.
Wow.
I had that yeah, I had that like very, very young. So I think that's why, like, I called my mom and I was like, you remember when I was eating that? And she was like, yeah, you ate some like every day. So I think that's why my taste bud is so developed. Okay. So the secret to good coffee, find a good spot. And I mean, Starbucks is good because it's international. So you can't always get like the same order. So order Starbucks order is you go there. You put a big smile on your face because they're gonna make the barista work. Okay. So make sure you smile and you ask for a grande americano iced and you want it blended. So you say a lot of ice, you want it blended, no syrup, no nothing, and you just ask for sugar-free cinnamon dolce pump with cinnamon powder in it, and they're gonna blend it for you. And you ask them to pour it in the venti cup because they're gonna have extra, and you don't want to discard the extra. You want all of it. So you're gonna have for grande, you're gonna have a venti. You're welcome. So that's my coffee order from.
I was going to say, this has got to be something. The day you win the Olympia, you've got to contact Starbucks and say, I want the Lauralie to be added to the menu. It's got to be a thing. You get royalties off it. I feel like that's something that has to happen. Imagine that, sponsored by Starbucks.
Right? Like, you know, funny thing, my mom actually emailed Starbucks this week. I was like, are you? She's like, you might receive an email from Starbucks. I'm like, what did you do, Mom? What did you do? She's like, you can get sponsored. I'm like, Starbucks, like, it's not gonna happen. But it would be so much easier for people to just say, hey, I want the Lauralie, coffee, easy recipe. But it's funny because I was at the gym and people come to me and they're like, girl, your coffee is amazing. I'm like, yeah, I got you. You have to find those little things. That's what because I'm a foodie at heart. Like I love like little brunches. I love like going out, but you have to have that little thing in your prep that makes you go like through and makes you happy.
Absolutely.
And that's my coffee makes me happy.
Well, I mean, it's something that now you see every day for anyone that follows you on Instagram is you've got coffee and then everyone around you has coffee now.
Yeah, I can't even repost them all because I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do like coffee reposts all day. But I appreciate it. Every time it warms my heart. I'm like, I put a smile on someone's face because it's good, and it's a friendly treat, and it only makes me happy. Makes me happy.
So here's another question that we got asked, which was, what was the kindest thing anyone has ever said to you at an expo? So one of your fans that have lined up to obviously see you, what is the nicest thing you've ever had them say?
Oh my God, I have so many, but I almost cried when a girl just told me how she just came to me and she said, you changed my life. You were the point of my, of my life just switching. And she was crying. We kind of start crying because we were like talking about our experience, because at the end of the day, I consider myself, I'm a normal person. I just train every single day. which is a little crazy. But I'm just a normal chick, you know, who does her thing, and life still goes. You know, I started as a teenager, and I had some relationships and a bunch of stuff. You know, that happens. Life still happens in prep. That's why there's no prep that is. It doesn't get easier. It's always different. And yeah, that would say that was one of the nicest thing I've heard. Just to be the motivation of someone, just be like, okay, I'm gonna start living. I'm gonna say no to, you know, this relationship. It can be anything, because motivation can come from like everywhere, and then you can take this motivation, even though like it's gym motivation, but it's life motivating, you know? Like it's a life switch. Like I changed my life completely, and anyone can do it. If I can do it, trust me, anyone can do it. You just have to
Apply yourself.
bet in your you have to bet on yourself and believe in yourself that you can do it, and always everything that you do it for yourself, because at the end of the day, you're by yourself.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
Following that one, the next one we have is, and I better get a mention on this fucking one, that's for sure. What is the nicest gift you've had someone give you at an expo?
Oh, your gift.
What was my gift? Wait, no, not the
It
bands.
was.
Oh, it was donuts.
It was. Oh, the donut. No, you gave me the band.
I forgot about
Give
the
me the band
bands.
so I can pump up. Yeah.
I forgot about the
I'm
bands.
gonna bring those to the Olympia.
Oh yeah?
They're gonna be my lucky bands.
Well,
Come on.
this makes me happy. You know what?
I had them. I had them for the Arnolds also.
Did you? That makes me really happy. So, just for context, I completely forgot that I gave Laura. Well, I knew I gave her the bands, but I don't know. Every expo, there's so many donuts and sweets. I'm like, oh, I got to get her something nice. So I got her a box of donuts. But disregard that.
Oh my god! And then we film it.
I still have that.
I love that video so much. It's so good. I ate so much in Australia. I think I never ate that much in Australia.
After a competition,
Oh yeah,
we went crazy.
I had. Yeah, it was.
All right, let's ignore my gift. But besides that, what is one of the nicest gifts you've ever received from a fan at an expo?
A big poster of me, and they
Wow.
wanted me to. Yeah, that was the best I've had so far.
That's pretty cool. Now, going down that now, what is the worst experience you've had at an expo?
That is such a good question. It's so much fun. Okay, it's so different. Love it. The worst experience I had at an expo. I feel so bad for saying that. Someone that keeps coming for like pictures and pictures, but you're like, I've seen you earlier. And he Gab make those little like cards for us
Yeah.
to sign, and he wants one every time. And he asks me for one every time. So I'm like, are you like putting a wall like with all of my? I don't know, but I'm still.
What if he sends you a wall? Like, what if he sends you a wall of just photos of you over the years? Does that get a repost?
Yeah, repost. Are you gonna do it? No.
I
could
do it.
You're not gonna get a repost if you do that. I'm gonna be on another podcast and saying like this.
Viv was a fucking creep. He started taking all my photos. All right, that's completely fair. So that's one of the weirdest ones. The favorite country that you've been to since you've been sponsored and you've been traveling. What's your favorite country you've been to?
Oh, like expo wise or
I don't know. We can answer that.
Okay.
So let's go favorite expo. Go favorite country and favorite expo.
craziest expo, Mexico.
Yeah.
Best time, like, yeah. I got so sick one day, but I was like literally like I didn't want it to stop. I was like on the table like this, and I was like, thank you, gracias. And I love Mexico. Yeah. And but favorite country I visited competing, Philippines.
Yeah, right. That was end of last year?
Yes. So it was December, right before Christmas.
Beautiful.
Philippines. Yes, I'm going back again this year. That's been. It's still. If you have to go some places in your life, go to Philippines. That's for sure.
That's also my best friend's Filipino, but you know, he's never
Shout
offered.
out to him. Shout out to him.
I'm gonna hit him up after this. That's very disappointing to hear that the Philippines is so amazing and he's never taking me. I'm very very disappointed. But that's
Whoa. You have to refocus your friendship now.
I agree. 13 years, man.
Consider.
Fuck that guy. Mark, this is to you. Nah, look. Before we wrap this up, Lauralie, one thing that I did also get asked was actually from one of my clients, and she wants to know what is the advice that you'd give to the next Lauralie Chapados out there?
Oh, repeat that.
What's the advice that you'd give to the next Lauralie, to the next dark horse coming up? Someone that never had anyone back them, but that, you know, they want to back themselves. They want to be where you are, be one of the best in the world. What would be the advice you'd give them?
If you have that inside you, and by that I mean that gut feeling, that intuition, that little voice that keeps telling you just do it, do it, do it, but you're trying to shut it down, and people try to scare you off, but it's still like inside of you, like so deeply that you still go through your goals, and you can't really explain why you do it, but you're just doing it. That is something that comes from within, and I'm telling you, if you don't follow this, you're never gonna like be happy and feel accomplished. And I chose to listen to that thing inside me, and this is the reason why I'm here today. Um, and I'm here. I mean, 23 years old in LA, in the best gym in the world, training along with Charles Glass, best trainer in the world, legend, and getting ready for my second Olympia that I'm so close to almost, win the thing. I mean, like, this is, I dream about this every day, and I, that dark horse, we're all dark horses in any field, but you just have to follow this and make choices every day that get you closer. But don't see it too far, but make it like a win every single day. A win where when you eat your chicken and asparagus, you just want a meal, and you just gotta step closer to that mountain. And yeah, it's just a day by day, step by step thing. But always make choices that your heart, like, it's not even your heart. It's just like your whole like entire being. It's like it's you, and yeah.
No,
Just
I feel that.
Follow that. And it can be, it can be anything. Like someone, I would say the best quality for me from someone is someone passionate. You can be passionate about cards. You can be passionate about Pokemon. I don't care. But if you go all into like the guy, like he's a Pokemon fan, like he would go like to China to get like the last Pokemon, like talk to me about it. Like that is so nourishing. I don't know, like for me, like people living from passion, like it's so, to me it's so easy. Like if you go to a 9 to 5 job, like of course you're gonna have like a safe life and it's gonna be, but then what? Are you gonna go home feeling accomplished? Like the guy that just found like the latest Pokemon. Like, you know what I mean?
I
It's
totally
the same
feel
thing that
that.
I live every day. I'm just like that challenge. I just get through a workout. We're 6 weeks after the Olympiad, and tomorrow we're gonna be 5.6 weeks after the Olympia. And every day you just have to make the choices and see see the long run, stay in your lane, but just go day by day
Totally. And
with
you know what?
small little wins.
I wholeheartedly believe that one day that dream for you is going to come true. I do believe that you are going to be the best. Well, you already are one of the best in the world, but you will officially be crowned Miss Olympia. And I think this will be a really cool thing to reflect back on. And hearing I mean, it's amazing to see how genuinely passionate you are about this dream and this goal. And this is a showcase to all those amazing girls out there that are chasing their dreams as well. Like you said, they're all dark horses as well. And I think it'll be a very, very, fulfilling moment when, their queen, which is you, finally claims that crown. So 40 days out from the Miss Olympia contest, you've come on, you've done this. I thank you so, so much for finding the time to do this. And Lauralie, from everyone here in Australia, we wish you nothing but the best. Go get that gold.
Thank you so much, guys. Your love is my motivation every single day. Every single day that I wake up, I'm just blessed, and I send you all my kisses, kangaroo kisses, and thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you for being on.